to surmise. I couldn't find, on the natural hair industry side, I couldn't find products that worked for me that I didn't have to add, tweak, do something to. On the community side, I couldn't find content creators and videos that actually showcase how to grow your hair in an effective manner, how to grow your hair, period. It was just basic information that I think we all know we need to wash our hair. We all know we need to have a healthy diet. We all know we need to drink a lot of water. Like, that is basic information. We all know, like, don't tell, we all need to know we need to put our hair in some sort of protective style. Like, this is common information. Who is the one saying something different? Who's gonna be the one to step up and be like, well, actually, here is a complete routine of how I grew my hair. It was me. Mild flex, but it was me. Hi, I'm Deanna, and this is Jackie. Welcome to Glowing Peace. You don't know how many comments, videos, now reviews on the website of my company, DEANNA'S Breakthrough Formula, have truly changed my lives and the lives of others. This is the change we need in the natural hair industry. You think I just came on the internet just to start talking and spewing just for the sake of doing so? No, no. Actually, when I came on the internet, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know this is where I was needed, but I'm needed here because what I say and what I do does make a difference, and it's making a difference in your life. So in this video, I'm going to tell you why everyone needs this hair care. And I know you're probably like, oh, that's so presumptuous for you to say everyone needs this. Every company claims that we all need their hair care. But I'm going to tell you in 3 reasons. I don't know how long I'm going to explain, but just bear with me why everyone needs this hair care company. Number 1, it's the change we need in the natural hair industry and community at large. My company is named DEANNA'S Breakthrough Formula. And I started this company because I couldn't find any product that I wanted in the market. I want to say that when I came on YouTube, if you don't know me, I'm Deanna. I'm a YouTuber. That's my kangaroo. When I started my natural hair journey in 2018, and before that, I would go on YouTube to try and find inspiration for how to care and for your hair and all this in the natural hair YouTube. And natural hair YouTube wasn't really popping until like 2012, 2013 when, you know, natural hair YouTube was popping. And the number 1 thing you would see is wash and go. So what was really popular? Eco Styler, gel, you know, things like that to help your wash and go. So in my mind, in my dim-witted mind, because that's what it was, very stupid to assume that me with my 4B-ish Z type hair could have just come in. My hair was heat damaged at the time too. I didn't even realize I needed to big chop or transition. I didn't know none of that back in before, like in 2013. I didn't know that putting all that gel in your hair was just gonna have a bunch of gel in your hair. I was expecting my curls to be like the 3A, 3B girls, and it was not. So over time, you know, eventually I cut my hair, and my hair was heat damaged because I danced pre-professionally for a while, and you gotta flat iron your hair for recitals, you know, competitions. So back in 2018, after my freshman year of college, and that spring, I just cut my hair. I cut it off, okay? And that's when I started doing research, you know, like how to grow your hair. And lo and behold, as you guys all know this, all the natural hair people just kept saying the same thing. They just kept saying, oh, to grow your hair, you just gotta drink water, you have to just comb it out, or, you know, you have to use this detangling brush. It was always this product, it was this product. So in my mind, like most every natural person, in at least once in their natural hair journey, becomes a product junkie. So I'm thinking, if I get this product, and if I can get this product, and if I can get this product, then my hair will look like theirs, and it did not. So my hair had been growing once I cut it, and every time it grew, the texture started to change. But it wasn't until 2021 where I was like, okay, I've had it. It's becoming stagnant for about a year. So from like 2019 to 2021, my hair was barely growing. It really was just stagnant. And I noticed it was dry, and it was brittle, and it was all these things. It was just not growing at all. And it wasn't until 2021 One, where I started piecing together information. So some YouTubers that, I don't want to name names of the ones I feel as though that don't really do a good job of explaining natural hair, maybe because they don't know, or maybe because they're just trying to give you enough. But you know, the videos that do very well on YouTube in the natural hair community are: use this one ingredient and your hair will grow, do this and your hair will grow overnight, use this one product, it's just this protective styling. And it's so misleading, and it's so, because you're really doing this, you're thinking if I put the Shebe on my hair, then my hair will just magically grow. Or if I put MSM in my hair will just magically grow. Okay, this is the issue with the natural hair community, because they're saying, like, if you're not doing this one thing or this thing, then your hair won't grow. It wasn't until 2021 where I was literally praying. I was like, God, I need help. So he was like, all right, start piecing together information. So I was like, scalp massaging. Polynesian women and indigenous women and Indian women, they scalp massage. So I'm like, okay, that stimulates hair growth, but how do you care for your hair? How do you keep it in a protective style? How do you keep it, you moisturize, you know? Because if I keep my hair out, not in twists or braids, it's going to get very dry quickly, and I'm going to have to like detangle it often, and that's, you know, for a twist out or wash and go, and that's not sustainable. So it wasn't until that October 2021, I started keeping my hair in twists, scalp massaging with my hands, and keeping my hair banded with twists. As if you've seen me on my channel, that's how I typically wear my hair. But then I thought to myself, the ends of this is great and all, but my ends of my hair are really dry. How can I keep my ends from being so, you know, stringy, get the little knots at the end? How can I prevent this, you know, from happening? So I remember Shea Moisture had this sealant repair balm, right? That's what I used to use. And it was split end. It wasn't a sealant. It was a split end. And I think it's pretty much, I see it every now and then at the beauty supply store, but it's pretty discontinued. And it's a wax consistency, and it really helped keep my ends. You know, I thought I saw it, you know, and one day at Ulta, and like I said, I don't see it anymore. And so I was using that for my ends, and I was like, okay, this is keeping my ends curly. Doing all that combined, I noticed that my hair was starting to grow, and I'm like, okay, my plateau is no longer plateauing. It's the breakthrough is breakthroughing. I'm experiencing a breakthrough in my hair routine. So as I was doing that from October to about April, I'm not counting, I'm not doing that math. You do the math. But as I was doing that routine of washing bi-weekly, doing an intensive, I reverse deep condition my hair. For those of you that don't know, that means I do the deep conditioning first, then I shampoo and condition, because that's when I find, and then I let the regular condition sit for like maybe 2 to 3, no more than 5 minutes before rinsing it off. That's when I experience the most stability in my hair care, and in routine, and in growth and softness in my hair. So I started doing that consistently, scalp massaging. When I tell you guys, I scalp massage every single day for 4 minutes, laying on the edge of my bed doing the inversion method, because it's the scalp massage is what stimulates the growth, right? The deep conditioning, and then the twisting of my hair and keeping it moisturized throughout the week with a curl cream that keeps it the length moisturized, that keeps your strands moisturized. And then sealing of the ends. When I couldn't find it anymore, I took this Murray's beeswax, and I added like castor oil, shea butter, honey, all these different things, and MSM powder. Even though it's not mixable with oil, it's still blended, so I used it, and I put that at the ends of my hair to keep my ends sealed, and it worked really, really well. Well, I didn't know that foundation that I was discussing and video I made about it would change a lot of people's lives, but a lot of people's lives have been changed by these methods. Over 700,000 people have viewed that video, and I feel as though that the fact that and it's not because I don't think that's a lot of people, but I'm saying it's very interesting to me the type of content, natural hair content, that does well on YouTube very quickly is the one that has the most misinformation and is the most misleading. Because that video is, I'm not saying that's the only routine that will ever work for anybody, but that routine is the most solid routine for my hair, and it has been for many other people. And for those of you, I get a lot of comments, not a lot, but every now and then I get the comment, I don't do any of this and my hair is growing. And it's like, okay, then why are you watching this video? Like, this is not for you. This is for people who are trying to grow their hair and learning new methods to grow their hair. This is not for people. If you have something that works for you, stick with it. But nothing that the natural hair influencers were saying, there was no routine. There was no A, wash hair, B, detangle, C, throughout the week this, D, there was none of that. It's just blasé, you know, stupid platitudes of drink water. Like, girl, you don't gotta tell me to drink water. First of all, if you guys also don't know me, I'm a cancer survivor. I've had cancer twice in my life, and I've survived both times. Never cut my hair. I know my hair is in my little beanie, but my hair is in braids, right? My cornrows right now. It's keeping my head warm. That's my comfort beanie. So, yeah, you know, the stupid platitudes of just drink water, eat healthy, wash your hair. It's like, you mean what we're all doing? We want to know what is the secret sauce, which shouldn't be a secret, to growing your hair. So when you talk about changing the natural hair game of this company, where's the product right now? Fast forward, after that video went viral in 2022, when I made in August 2022, which was the first video that ever went viral of mine and launched my YouTube channel for real. Like, I went from 42 subscribers to like 1,000 in less than 2 weeks because of that video. And God's timing is perfect, because no other video ever went viral, and that's how I got pushed into the hair niche, even though I do a lot of things. But this is my sealant butter from DEANNA'S breakthrough formula that I formulated. That October of 2022, my dad encouraged me to start my own hair care line. Mind you, I knew nothing about hair care creation, because that's its own thing, right? You need to have a knowledge of chemistry, biochemistry, knowledge of hair, pH, all those things, which I had because I majored in molecular and cell bio in college. So there are things that I knew about stuff like that, but making it is entirely different. So, I mean, I researched. It's crazy that a year later I started the company, but it's really crazy what God can do when you just let him do what he needs to do through you, because this is something that was created completely by accident. If it were up to me, y'all, I'd still be looking like an idiot in the kitchen with some beeswax, which Raw's beeswax smells horrible, because I was trying to recreate the Murray's beeswax thing that I did, you know, that I made DIY, but I was trying to do it myself, and I made this by accident. I formulated it, I tested it, and it was obviously tested subsequently once it was approved, but this was never meant to be a sealant. So for those of you who also don't know, this is DEANNA'S sealant butter. This alone has changed the game in the natural hair industry. Even though it isn't mainstream, trust me, if you're watching this, I filmed this video on December 20th, 2023. Mark my words, this is the future of natural hair, because this is actually the missing link. It took a 20-something-year-old living at home with her parents who has a kangaroo for a best friend to do what the natural hair industry couldn't do. It took a 20-something-year-old who was standing on actual business and integrity, saying, no more are we just going to say we're going to call it the coconut oil hair cream or whatever. Not one drop of coconut oil. Don't care about that. You don't care really about how your products are going to affect people. You just you're just so focused on the scent, which smells good, is important. Which is important. I was just smelling and taking it in. The scent is important, but as the other stuff got to do what it do as well. So it's very interesting that I know in the future that I know my products, I don't say will be ripped off, but maybe in the future, which is, you heard it here first. But then again, no natural hair company will ever be able to do what I do and what Deanna's breakthrough formula does, period. So, and they're not going to be able to do that because we utilize something called a plant-based nutrient-rich formulation system. And if you don't know what a plant-based nutrient-rich formulation system is, probably because you've never heard of it, because it doesn't really exist outside of this company. So, like I said, the coconut oil hair cream, you'll see like a coconut oil leave-in or something. Coconut oil is not really in there. It's just there technically. What I like about this product, especially the sealant butter, which is sold out right now. It's made, all the products are made in small batches to keep the integrity. That's a whole, I'll get into that. But so what I like about this is very rich. The key ingredients of this are mango butter, flaxseed oil, coconut milk. The water components of this is a lot of coconut milk. Coconut milk is very rich and nourishing. Okay. DHT flaxseed, like black seed oil, but flaxseed also inhibits DHT, which is what causes, like, you know, like balding or thinning of hair, alopecia, you know, those are some contributing factors. So what I like about this is we cannot just, and for those of you being saying like, why is there other stuff in here? We just put enough stuff to make the main stuff work. I want you to please get this through here, okay? We put the flaxseed oil and the mango butter, and those are the stars, the coconut milk, the stars of the mango butter and flaxseed oil collection. But there are other things that make it work, right? You have something called, you have cetyl and cetyl alcohol, which those are plant-derived fatty acids in a product that give the product, it helps give its creamy, rich consistency. You have stearic acid, which is derived from coconut oil, which helps give also body and consistency. If we just melted down some mango butter and flaxseed oil, that is not going to hit on nothing. That's just the butter, and butters are not effective at sealing your ends. I want you guys to understand this. It's not because I want you to buy this. Trust me, you really think I would have formulated a whole hair care line and be selling it if there were products out there. The only reason why I did this was because I couldn't see it. If you ever seen the movie Robots, they say, see a need, fill a need. And that is how I kind of live my life. If somebody's not doing something that can be done, I do it. And I did it. Don't know how, God, because I don't know. It was an accident creating this and then learning how to recreate this as well. But this product, the reason why it's so effective at sealing your ends is because this is what the consistency, it's like the richest, I can't even describe it to you. It's like a rich butter cream, but it's so thick, but it's not a butter, because butters don't tend to have a lot of water. But it's not a cream because it's too thick to be a cream. I mean, granted, there have been times I ran out of curl cream and had to use this, and it works. But that's not what it does. This is specifically designed for the ends of your hair, whether it's on wet hair. It's preferred you dampen your hair a little, mist it with some water or something before doing it. But I've definitely put this on the dry ends of my hair. And because it is balanced, right, with the coconut milk, the filtered water, plus the oily ingredients. So your mango butter, flaxseed oil, your cetyl, you know, your alcohol, you know, those fatty acids, plus the water, plus the other ingredients, they work together to create this. And this seals your ends. I can't explain it other than it works. And I've never seen anything. I'm saying, if you have bought this product and you like it, let me know in the comments, or if you like, you know, because this is unlike anything. And what I also love about this is that you put it on your scalp as well. I've definitely massaged my scalp, not while I have a silk press because there's water ingredients, but like natural hair, oh, I've definitely greased my scalp with this many a time. So it works both on your ends of your hair and your scalp. Nothing like this. I'm saying it took me, like, do you know how crazy it is to have invented something at 23 years old and 24 now, But to have invented something that actually didn't exist prior to you, this is the holy grail of hair care. You know why it's the holy grail of hair care? Because the girls are telling you to seal their ends. Your ends. With what? What are we going to seal our ends with? We can't seal it with, you cannot seal your ends with grease. I love Blue Magic, and I use sometimes I use it if I feel like my hair, after I wash my hair and I put my curl cream on, and then I put maybe a little bit of grease to help weigh it down some more, even though my curl creams tend to weigh it down. But it depends how dry my hair was before. You know, it depends on a lot of things, but that is not for your ends, to treat the ends of your hair. Your hair will break, because think of what oil is like. A sealant, right? It is a sealant. Oil seals water because oil and water don't mix. So when you're sealing something with oil, the moisture, you're going to have long-lasting moisture, right? Because the water molecules are not, they're not escaping. So that's why you can have long-lasting moisturization, which is why this is very balanced at sealing, why the curl creams are also very good, because they're also balanced at the water, and the oil components are very balanced in the curl cream. Now, the issue with grease is, you know, even if you have put cream on the ends of your hair, which you're really not, you know, if you just put regular grease at the ends of your hair, whatever water molecules are in your hair, it's almost like going to draw them out, and it's going to dry out the ends of your hair. From my understanding, if you're a super hair chemist, maybe break it down for me more in the comments. But it's going to dry your hair out. But same thing with especially natural hair in its natural state. I'm not sure. I don't think it has the same effect with a silk press, because there's many times with a silk press I put a little castor oil at the ends of my hair, but you still want to be careful. But natural hair with the seals at the end, you put grease, your ends will be dry. You put any kind of raw butter by itself, your ends will dry. Do you know why? Because I've tried it and it doesn't work. But because this also has water components in it, this is what makes it both very balanced. It is formulated to be very balanced in doing both. This is the missing link. And I'm not just saying this because I want you to buy my products. I have people there are customers that buy these products routinely now, and the company just started. That's not the point. I'm trying to help you, is the point. My goal is to see everyone attain their hair care loans. I know I said I had 3 points, but bear with me, because I figured this would happen. Let me just go off, okay? You know how frustrating it was for me to like try to think, if I watch this YouTuber, then my hair, I'll have the information needed for my hair to grow. And then I go to this YouTuber and I think I'll have the information needed for my hair to grow. And then I go to this YouTuber and I think, and none of them. And it took me, and I'm gonna say a regular person, because I could never be, I couldn't be if I tried. But it took someone like me to come and be like, are y'all not gonna put the girls up on game and tell them your exact, first of all, they don't tell you their exact hair care routine. And it's very frustrating, because it's like, I've seen girls with bust down to their butts natural hair, and they're not going to tell you what exactly they did to grow their hair. Some don't have to really think about it. Some just go on, wash, condition their hairstyle, and their hair just grows, right? The issue is that people will blame it all on genetics, which is what I dismantle on this channel, is that genetics do not play the role in hair care that you think it is. Genetics plays a role, and I'll keep saying this as many times I need to say this, genetics plays a role in your pigment, your color, your hair type, you know, your texture, you know, right? Those are things that genetics plays a role on. Genetics plays a role on something called terminal length. That's the most at which your hair can grow. Meaning, genetically, there's a length at which your hair can grow to. The most it can grow to. It will probably never be at that length because you're not retaining length. You know, you don't know that in your family, you know, genetically you can grow your hair to like your waist. But you don't know that because you're not retaining length. You're not retaining length because you're not, you might be growing hair, right? But you're not retaining length because if your ends aren't sealed, what length are you going to see? Henceforth, such with something like this that exists, designed for truly all, I want to say this is really For the scalp, all hair types. For the ends, curly and coily hair, I would say, because if I had my hair silk pressed, I wouldn't put this on my scalp, only because I'd be nervous that my, oh, actually they're not all hair types. If you have a silk press, I wouldn't put this on your scalp, because while you have the silk press in, because you know you might get a little like lifted in the roots because it has water. But like if I was in, but before like I blow dry out my hair for a silk press, I'd put this on my hair, like for sure. I might even put some on my ends to protect my ends a little bit before I, you know, blow dry my hair. So for the relaxed girlies, the silk press girlies, I would put this on before actually blow drying, like somewhere in between your heat protectant, or before, you know, after, just to help you out and have extra protection on your hair from heat. But yeah, I really, the goal of this line was to help you. If you guys understood how hard it was to create something like this, it was really hard to create something like this. It's very hard to create something when there's no point of reference, because I don't have a Coils on me, but I do have a Curls. Hold on. Oh, okay. It smells really good. So that also helps. So this is our Curls cream. This, and also what I love about this line is that this is so the Coils is this thicker version of, so this is the looser texture of the Coils. All our products are very richly formulated. I want you guys to understand this. Most hair companies, their products are more watery. If you notice that they're more watery, and it's very hard to find something that is very richly formulated. Even though this is formulated for women who have, who are transitioning, for the girlies who need a little curl cream on their silk press days before they silk press their hair out. It's not a heat protectant, but it will work well with a heat protectant because it has, you know, the wheat protein in it, and it has other stuff in it. You know, it's very richly formulated. This is what it looks like. So this is not even the thickest one. The thicker one is more like a butter cream. This is more like a curl cream. I still have never seen, this is still thicker than your average curl cream. So if you think that this company is just gonna be like, well, you know, why can't we water things down? Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question to fit everyone. And I'm gonna say this. When you get a body butter, right? What body butter is gonna have your skin more moisturized throughout the day? The watery one that you put it on in 3 seconds, it's like you didn't even put lotion on? Or the thick body butter that through hurricane, tsunami, tornado, cyclone, Loch Ness monster, it doesn't matter. Your skin is gonna stay soft and smooth and moisturized. The choice is obvious. You want the one that's gonna keep your skin moisturized the longest. Why wouldn't you want that for your hair? Okay, if you have type 1, type 2 hair, or type 3 hair, and you get the Curls cream, don't use that much of it. That's a little, then will just go a long way. The same thing with the sealant butter. You don't have to use chunks of it per sections of ends. A little goes a long way with these products. The only products I go ham on for myself are the Coils cream, because I like my twists way down. But I'm saying products need to be more richly formulated, but the companies aren't going to do that because that's more money for them. Then they got to buy more raw ingredients, and those raw ingredients cost more water, as opposed to it's very watery. And I'm saying to myself, knowing, like, I know how much I can approximate what this water phase and oil phase percentage, and it's not a lot of ingredients, which is why they can't focus on essential, like, let's say they call it the coconut oil leave-in. Coconut oil's in there technically, right? It's in there, but it's the other oil, so you're not going to get the full benefit from the coconut oil. Am I making sense? Am I being clear? I know there's a lot of moving parts, but are y'all understanding what we're doing at this company is something that is not done, okay? If you know, another thing, I gotta go back to my points, but the other thing, these are my points, never mind. When it comes to a product, I want to be able to buy the product, use the product. I don't want to have to add A, B, C, or D in the product, okay? I've had to add before the company MSM, other things to make it work. When I tell you the MSM is in here, I put MSM in this product. MSM by itself isn't gonna do anything. MSM plays a role. MSM is methyl sulfonyl and the reason why it's so important in terms of growth and for your hair, because your hair is composed of disulfide bonds, right? So adding the sulfur will help to strengthen your hair, right? The issue is they will say just use it and leave, and just put it in, infuse it in your whatever and leave. But it's a process, right? It's a whole process. It's infused in these ingredients because when you use this hair care, you know, these products, or truthfully, whatever products are working for you, if you, don't get it twisted. If you have hair care products that work for you, then you don't apply. Okay, we're talking to the people who have tried it or are looking to try something that actually might be beneficial. And I'm not promising that this line will work for everyone because all our hair is different. Different things work for different people, which is also why in the future I want to have different kinds of collections. The sealant butter is the sealant butter. She's gonna stay the sealant butter. But when it comes to curl creams, some people might need something that has olive oil and, I don't know, or a jojoba oil curl cream. Different things work for different people, but I find that these ingredients for right now work. But in the future, there will be different collections of different ingredients where those ingredients are going to be the key players, and that might work for you. But this line might not work for you, and that's okay. I'd say give it a shot if you think it might, because I don't put anything on my head. I won't sell y'all anything that I don't test. Before I send this out for testing, who do you think gets tested first? Me, because I would feel really bad sending something out for testing and it didn't pass my test. My hair is taking a beating. Not now, but it's recovering now. But from the testing I've had to do on my own hair with these products. So, yeah, when you're using this in a consistent routine, I call it the 4-step method or the extreme hair growth method. It's also, that videos on it. That's the video that went viral. You know, that's the videos that, you can see on my channel. And on the website, if you click Revolutionizing Hair Care, you'll see it fully typed out on DEANNA'S.com. It's all linked in the description box. And you can see the whole routine. You can view it and it will link you to the products. It will link you to the scalp massager I do. I'm not going to go into the full 4-step method again because there are videos that go into it very detailed like. But yeah, this hair care line did not come to play. This is what it needed to be. This is what hair care natural hair care should be. Otherwise it just feels like you're just doing this to do it. You're not really doing it to make a difference. And I'm sick of that. So let me go back to I was on points, but the points were like, I wrote down the points to help me, but I knew there were other things I needed to say and I needed to communicate. Oh, actually, I think I said everything. It works with the routine. Look at God. I got there naturally. So it works with the routine. That's what I love about this hair care line, is that every product works in tangent with a routine, like with the routine, which is why they're so effective. Because if you just put the sealant butter on, but you're not washing your hair regularly, if you're not, if you're not doing the routine, you're not going to see progress. The issue with it is that no hair care line, I've never seen a hair care line post a method of hair growth. I've never seen it. I don't know if it's because they don't know or they don't want to say it, but I've never seen it. Then I've also never seen a hair care line have all the things I've ever wanted in a product. I've always had to add the oil. You ever, like with curl creams, I gotta add this oil, that oil, the MSM powder. With deep conditioners, I have to add the MSM, the extra additional extracts or powders and things like that. I have to do that. I want to buy something and slap it on my head, period. I don't want to do the other things. I want to buy the thing, put it on my head, and use it straight like that. I don't want to have to do all the other things. So I really love this collection because it's what I wanted. It's what we need. And it's what we all need for our hair. It's literally all the things are in there. And I love coconut milk. You guys, coconut milk is that girl. Coconut milk will make a great like mask. I'm thinking of experimenting with different like types of hair masks on this channel, and obviously with the company. When we release something, you'll know. Oh, if you want to be a part of the email list, there should be a link in the description box to join our emailing list. You can click that, or you can go on the website and just you know when you're on a website and you say subscribe to our mailing list. When you're on there, you can do that as well. That way you know when stuff is back in stock. So two things. I want to let you know, if you're interested, if you're like, yeah, I actually am interested in this hair care line, awesome sauce. If you're interested, definitely subscribe to the mailing list, because when we drop a product, when we have updates about shipments, you know, I don't like calling this company a small business, because ain't nothing small about this impact, but we don't have the biggest staff in the world, and we do get more orders. So sometimes there might be slight delays, and we will update you. We'll update you when we're ready to ship the product. You know, you'll receive when we ship the product, you get an automatic email anyway. That when we ship a product. But let's say you want something and it's out of stock, click notify when available. Always do that. Don't be like, no, click notify when available. Because before we even send out before my team sends out the email saying, hey, it's back in stock, you get that automatically from the website. Will say, oh, okay, alert, that person wanted a sealant butter, it's back in stock now. And oh yeah, these products are made in small batches. The reason why the products are made in small batches is in order to protect the consistency of the product and not stretch it so thin, and maintain its thickness, maintain its effect. It has to be made in relative small batches in order to work, because you don't want to stretch it so thin and make it so huge that it's not as rich or as something or as popping as it typically would be. So these products were made for small batches. Even when we mass manufacture these products, we're gonna tell the company that's doing it, that's a mass manufacturing, listen, you do it at X, don't you put times 1,000 batch, you gonna do it by however many batch you gonna do, as many times something times X amount. Yeah, you're not gonna stretch it so thin, you know, and then people wondering why the consistency is not the same. Also, keep in mind, because it's small batch and we are handcraft these products, a lot of these products, most of them are hand poured to ensure that we fill as much as we can without disrupting, you know, there's certain products, without saying trade secrets, there's certain things we can't do once it's in there because it will screw it up. But I can say that, and it says so on the website, that you might be wondering why are there, like, sometimes you'll have products with air pockets, sometimes at the surface they look different but they're the same. It's because as they're poured at a certain temperature. They have to be poured and jarred at a certain temperature. So some people might get those when it was at that really high temperature, and other people might get it when it's kind of cooler. It still has to be poured at a certain temperature, because that is how we protect the consistency of the product. So just know that. And I haven't had any issues with people saying it. I just want to let you know, just to be like, this mine seems to have, it's like you might see slight air pockets, and that's normal, okay? We don't use, I can't say we do not use a piping bag for any of the products, because like I find that is a complete waste for this purpose. For body butters, which I do have sold body butters in person. I can't wait to make that available. Our body butters are lit. They're really nice. And I'm excited, because if you want to feel like a luxurious royal at a ancient bathhouse, just getting fanned, and you just look like you are snatched, or if you're a dude, you just jacked, and if you just want to feel like a luxurious royal, just doing nothing and just looking fantastic without a care in the world, that's how that body butter makes me feel, and that's how it's made in my in-person events made people feel. It's really nice. It's really it just makes you feel like, that's just, you know, it just gives, like, it smells really good. It smells really good, and the ingredients are so rich. So I can't wait to share that with you. But yeah, that's the only thing I might use a piping bag for, and I really don't. Because because aesthetically, the swirls are beautiful. But I'm wasting products in the piping bag. Like I'm telling team, I'm like, why are we using piping bag when we can just spoon the products? They're literally, when I tell you they are handcrafted, spooned in, because that's how we're able to get a lot of, you know, with piping you don't get as much product in because you're swirling it and it will kind of settle. With spooning it, you're gonna pack, it's very dense, and you're gonna pack that product in there. So that's our goal. This company is founded because on very much integrity. I am saying this not to sound conceited. I'm saying this because I know it's going to be true. This company is going to eventually become the #1 natural hair care company in this country, right? I'm going to say that again because I don't know if I said it right the first time. This company is going to be the #1 natural hair care company in this country because it's doing what no other company is doing, and probably no other company will do because of the cost. You see, when you have to spend more money to make the product, to make the products, and the price is not as high as it could be. Trust me, the price will go up in the future because y'all know how expensive it is to make. I'm not making them as expensive. The price doesn't reflect as expensive as they should be. But I've seen companies, I'm saying to myself, and I was so mad. And I was talking to my parents, I'm like, listen, I saw a company, I looked at the ingredients, I looked at the consistency. I said, there's no way it costs that much. That markup is high. That is such a high markup. These prices are pretty reasonable. Like, you understand, if you only knew how much it costs to make, you'd be like, oh, it's pretty reasonable. It is pretty reasonable, okay? Yeah, this is the future of natural hair care, which is actually point number 3. It's the future of natural hair care is this company. And I want y'all to get on the bandwagon now. While the products, well, I would say they're not always in stock because of the small batches, but just get on the bandwagon now, okay? Because if you only knew the plans I have for this company to expand, you'd be like, like you'd be blown away. So I'm blown away. I didn't know last year. No one could have told me that you would be a CEO, that you'd run your own company, and you'd be a business owner, entrepreneur. No one could have told me that. But God is really good, you guys. He's really good, and I couldn't have done this without him. This is not me. I'm just a vessel. You know, I'm just a vessel passing through, and I have to thank Jackie. Jackie is my personal assistant, and I have to thank her as well because she's been sticking by my side. Every failed experiment, trust me, there were so many failed experiments. Even now we still do testing for future products, and it's like, ooh, and she is right there alongside of me, just encouraging me, giving me hugs. Oh, thank you. And she's giving you guys a hug, and she says she hopes you enjoy the products as well. I use a little sealant butter sometimes to massage this little part. You see this little part of her head? Sometimes I do that. She likes the body butter too. I put a little bit on her nose and her paws. Jackie is so cool. Oh, I love her. I love her very much. So Jackie is as much a part of the company as I am. There would be no company without her. There'd be no YouTube channel without her. So, well, she agrees. Yeah, okay. So, that's it for this video. I hope I was clear. I hope you guys understood that this is not to bash companies, and it's not to say that they're this and that there aren't products out there that work, because that'd be a lie. But it's to say that this was created because I couldn't find anything that worked for real, like products that worked for real, products plus then a routine. So to surmise, I couldn't find, on the natural hair industry side, I couldn't find products that worked for me that I didn't have to add, tweak, do something to. On the community side, I couldn't find content creators and videos that actually showcase how to grow your hair in an effective manner, how to grow your hair, period. It was just basic information that I think we all know we need to wash our hair. We all know we need to have a healthy diet. We all know we need to drink a lot of water. Like, that is basic information. We all know, like, don't tell, we all need to know we need to put our hair in some sort of protective style. Like, this is common information. Who is the one saying something different? Who's gonna be the one to step up and be like, well, actually, here is a complete routine of how I grew my hair. It was me. Mild flex, but it was me. And it was God through me. Being honest. I like being honest, and I love being authentic, because wearing a mask is too much energy. And I don't do that on my channel and in real life. I don't wear a mask. I am who you guys see on my channel. Like, sometimes I have to be more upbeat, but then there are times where I'm like, y'all gon', no, I'm not. But right now I'm in a pretty decent mood. Who you see on this YouTube channel is not a persona. It's not an act. It's not a character. I am this person in real life, okay? It's not an act, all right, y'all? It's not a performance. I'm this way in real life. If I met a subscriber, I gotta upload the Jamaica vlog. Eventually edit and upload that, because it shows meeting a subscriber. I'm so excited I get to meet more of y'all in the future. And I can't wait to host events that bring us all together so we can talk, mingle, you guys can make friends, real life. So if y'all have friends in the comment sections, I don't know if you guys have comment section friends, but I know I got comment section sisters and cousins and aunties that I would love to meet in real life. And, you know, I bring this community together, because this community is God is getting ready to do a new thing. Hear me when I say this company is not, you heard it here again, December 20th, 2023. You heard it. Well, actually, you're not hearing it on December 20th, 2023. You're hearing it maybe the 21st. Depends on when I upload this. So you're hearing it when you hear it. But I said it on December 20th, 2023. That this company is so much bigger than what I can imagine it will be. And it's not what I couldn't even fathom starting something. No one taught me how to make products. I didn't hire a chemist. I didn't hire someone specializing in this. I am the head chemist. I am the lead scientist. I'm the researcher for this. I'm the one doing this. Okay? Very difficult, might I add, but it's done. So a lot, when you get a sealant butter or a curl cream or any future product, just know a lot of thought, of time, and effort went into that product, okay? But a lot of time, and there was a great deal of consideration that goes into these products, okay? I want you to know that, and I also want you to know that your breakthrough is coming. If you're, and this is just, you know, this is not I don't want to say a prophetic word, because it's not what it is. But maybe it is for who it's applied to. This is why you take everything to God. Your breakthrough is coming. Deanna watching this in editing and when she's watching this YouTube video, your breakthrough is coming. I know it doesn't feel like it. I know it feels like things are moving slow, but things are getting ready to change. Things are getting ready to shift in a way you did not see coming, and it's for the better. And for who else this is applied for, you seek the Lord, because this might be your season. For some people, this is your season of sowing, okay? This might be your season of sowing for some people. But for others, this is your season of reaping and harvesting and reaping. The season that I'm about to enter into is a season of truly reaping, because I've planted some seeds that have been growing. Now we gonna collect, amen, in abundance, amen, which is why I have this. It's sold out. The kit's sold out, but this is the mug, and this is the front of the mug. Boom, look. So every time you're taking in the sip of that tea, hold on, let's take a sip. It's kind of cold now, but it still tastes good. Every time you take a sip, sip in that breakthrough. Just let the feelings of everything you would have felt if the breakthrough that you need was here wash over you. Amen. even if it's a feeling of disbelief, because there's some things I can't even set my mind to, but every time you take that sip, amen, every time you breathe, just I want you to imagine what your life would be like if that breakthrough was here, okay? And watch your disposition change. Watch you actually start smiling, because it might not be here, but if you had everything you prayed for right now, how would you be feeling? Just that's a journal question. Just ask yourself that question. If everything you've been seeking God for came to pass right now, how would you be feeling? Exactly. Feel those feelings. That's what God is showing me. Like when I'm sad or going through and I'm focusing, rather than, God will allow me to, he's not going to say stop focusing on sad things. He's going to allow me to vent and explain to him what's going on. But once I vent and once I express my feelings of what I don't have, he says, he doesn't say to me, well, think about what God doesn't give the platitudes us humans give up. Just look at the bright. He's not saying that, because he needs you, because God is a God of processing. And God, I don't know how we went on to this, but just bear with me. If you're still watching this, this might be the word for you. If you clicked off this video before, you ain't need this word, but if you're still watching, it's a word for you. God is a God of processing. He's not going to just tell you to just get over it, or just, he's loving and he's compassionate. People will often say, like, get over it, or, just don't think about it, or, just don't worry, all these things that God does not say. Obviously, God doesn't want us to be depressed, but God comforts us. If he didn't know we would be depressed, he would not have the Holy Spirit to comfort us. So when I'm sad and I express to God all that I'm feeling, and he's God, so he's the most understanding being ever, he'll ask me, what would it feel like? What do you think? Because it might feel like something better than what I anticipate. So what do you feel like when you have those things that you've been praying for? Because someone once said that you don't necessarily want the things. You want the things because you want to feel a certain way when you have those things, but you can feel those feelings now. So what would it feel like to have that new promotion? What would it feel like to get that job? What would it feel like to get in that program? What would it feel like to be financially free? What would it feel like to have the things that, whatever it is you're praying for? Start feeling those things now. Okay, the timer's about to go on my my camera here, but whatever. That's all I needed to say for this video. Shop Deanna's BreakthroughFormula.com. I love you. Jackie loves you. Your breakthrough's coming. We'll see you in the next video.